show here, finale for Monster Energy Supercross. We are at Rice-Eccles Stadium in Utah. 250 riders have gone out. Now it's 450 riders for their riding session. And you can see the red Honda with the red plate for the first time this year. That is a CRF450R. That is Chase Sexton, the would-be the champion-elect of Supercross for 2023. We just completed a press conference hosted by myself and Daniel Blair. We'll talk about that in a moment. Hey, Cade. We got Cade Clayson here, part still up here. You rode this morning?
Yeah.
What's the track like, bro?
It's dry, hard pack. Yeah, the rhythm over here is super technical. There's one easy way, and then the other way is just difficult. But it's really hard.
You were trying it today.
I'm the only one who's done it.
Oh, all right.
Nobody else has done it yet.
Well, they've only been out here for like 2 minutes, but I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Were they watching you?
No.
They were not?
No.
What time was this when you did it?
Like 7 a.m.
No, they were not.
No, they were
not watching.
They were still sleeping.
Okay. There's Cade Clayson. So yeah, what happens is a lot of privateers will come out earlier to do the Friday morning shows for the local news, and that allows them to get more exposure for their sponsors and also get extra track time. As a matter of fact, Dustin Pipes of the now progressive Twisted Tea, you know, Ken Rox's team, Dustin Pipes, the team co-owner, told me when they started their team, they did every one of the early morning press sessions to prove they could get exposure for their sponsors, and that is what allows them to build the portfolio to get the outside sponsors that they have now. So I know that there's always these theories out there where they're like, only the factory riders get to do press day. There are tons of privateers that come out earlier on Friday to serve the local media market, and they get actually more track time a lot of times in these short afternoon sessions. So we got #1 plate with both Lawrence brothers this weekend. It's a funny little rule to run the #1 plate. They normally don't allow that because normally you still have to respect the defending champ. Let's say he doesn't successfully defend his title, and he's still #1 to the end of the year. But in the 250s this year, think about it. Do you know who the defending 250 East champion this year was? It was Jett Lawrence. He won East last year. So he said, yeah, it's fine. I'll let my brother run 1E. Christian Craig is the West champ. He's not in the class anymore. He wouldn't run the #1 anyway. So there's going to be a 1E and 1W on the Lawrence brothers bikes. Going to give you a little more scoop, and then I'll try to sneak out here on the track. So in our press conference today, we brought up the two 250 champs, that's the Lawrence brothers, and the will-be 450 champ of Chase Sexton. It's going to get quieter when I go in this building. This show, of course, brought to you by the Honda CRF250R and CRF450R, and those bikes are going to sweep. They're going to sweep all the championships. It's way too loud out there on the track. Those bikes are going to sweep all the championships. They are. We already know the Lawrence brothers have wrapped it up, and Chase Sexton, unless Eli Tomac comes back, which is not likely, to come back 7 days after an Achilles injury and score more than 8 points in a Supercross race. If Sexton were to DNF, Tomac could still win the title that excuse me, that way. Not likely. But here's what I thought was really cool. I was up on the stage at Lars Lindstrom, team manager for Honda HRC, and what's up, Dave? He made it clear last week and today they're not celebrating anything, and he made a joke. He's like, Eli is so gnarly, I don't want to rule out the fact that he could get on a bionic leg and come back and score a bunch of points. We can't assume that he's not racing. And he made a great point, because he said, you see most people when they tear an Achilles, they're down on the ground writhing in pain, and Eli didn't even look like he was bothered by it from a pain standpoint. So they don't want to count any chickens before they hatch, to use a horrible cliche, a dumb cliche. And also, I think it was out of respect for Eli last week, but even here, this weekend, they don't want to talk title until they actually win it. And big credit to Honda, because look at this accomplishment they've just pulled off. They've not won this 450 title in Supercross for 20 years. It's been 19 since they've won a 450 title at all. Carmichael won Supercross in 03, Outdoors in 04. That is, believe it or not, the only title ever won, the major title in AMA racing, on a CRF 450R. Until what we believe will happen on Saturday. That is shocking. So to have broken that curse of the GOAT, I mean, this is something you want to yell from the rooftops, right? Shout from the mountaintop. Yet they didn't, when they were on this stage, take their opportunity to do that out of respect for Tomac and to respect the process of, we are not the champion yet. We're not going to talk about being the champion until we actually are. As for the Lawrence brothers, little breaking news here, almost happened. I guess Jett's telling the truth on this one. he said, had the points been close, he and Hunter were planning on lining up on 250s in the 450 class this weekend to maybe try to get between Chase and Eli if it came to that. That was something I did not know. But Jett said that was the plan at one point. Now, with Tomac out, they don't really need to do that, but that would have been absolutely wild. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go down trackside and we'll talk about more here on the Weege Show. And Honda CRF450R and 250R. Monster Energy Supercross Championships. What more do I need to say? Go to your Honda Power Sports dealer. This is what the back of a podium looks like in Supercross. This is what the front of a podium looks like. That's the view you always get. And now we have ignition here down on the floor with riders out for press day. So still a little bit on the line. Sexton does need to officially clinch it. And Lars did say that they will celebrate that if they win it on Saturday, if they officially do lock up the title. And then I think it's worked out almost poetically that we get to respect Tomac last week, not celebrate as he's in the Alpine Stars medic unit. But at the same time, Honda gets a 7-day breather. If you win this championship, you have the right to eventually celebrate. At least they don't do it on the same weekend that Tomac got hurt. And also shout out to Cooper Webb, by the way. This season was so exciting. This end was a washout, obviously, with the injury. But for Cooper Webb, for coming back strong this year, being more like the 2019 and 2021 Cooper Webb, for Tomac to be as good as he always is, for Sexton to rise to the challenge and stay in it. It made it so darn exciting this season, even though it's going to end with more of a whimper than a bang. And here's Sexton here in the red plate for the first time. And also cool to see Aaron Plessinger is going to come back and race this weekend. Ken Roxon has been a fantastic story all season long. It's still been a dynamic and amazing season in Supercross, even though it ended the way it did. And do not forget, the East-West are still some on. Hey, Ray! There's Plessinger back. Alex Ray! He wants to go out a race his last race. He actually broke his thumb earlier in the year, came back, broke his finger. He's going to get one more race in. Grant Harlan, I want to shout out the 78. He hit his shoulder in Nashville, and most riders would be out after that, but these privateers are fighting for top 20 in points. Top 20 in points pays, I believe, $10,000 or more. So Harlan is just in, Starling is just in, a couple of guys are chasing in, so they're going to fight any sort of trying to get in. I'm going to talk to these privateers. Be right back. I know we're supposed to enjoy the ride. Hey Ray, is this the last ride? Are we going to enjoy the ride, last ride?
Definitely not the last ride. I still plan to do the races this summer, but yeah.
Are you going outdoors?
Yeah.
Are you? I did not know that.
It's last
Did you know that? You did not know? Millsaps didn't know. All right, last Subi.
Yeah, last Subi in America. So.
Okay. Are you hurt and you're just coming back to say you got one more race checked off?
No, I'm all healed up for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, the swelling is still like a little.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, man. Like just out there riding, it's like.
It's emotional.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Wow. You got a race tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you know all year? Was that the plan all year?
Yeah, it's been the plan all year.
Okay.
You know, like I told myself 5 years ago I wasn't gonna do this in my 30s, so you know, it's time to grow up. You know, at some point, like it's been an amazing 12 years, right? Like it's just. I never thought I'd get to this point. I never thought I'd even race Supercross, man. I'm just a freaking hillbilly from Tennessee, you know? Like, I was perfectly content with just being a local hero, and then to do everything that I've done, like, I don't know, it's crazy.
Bro, he's really emotional about this.
I mean, I guess he's emotional, but I don't know what hillbilly part of him that he thinks that he is.
Oh, that he's not? He still is?
I mean, he's definitely Californianized a little bit. He's not Tennessee now.
He's got some bro in him?
I got a little bit.
Hey, no tears, my man, no tears.
Toughen up, trainer. Trainer will toughen you up.
1 week. He hired me last week.
Yeah. But I thought you guys were way back.
We're boys, but
oh, not like full on.
We're back. We're back for outdoors.
He says I'm too busy.
We're back for outdoors, though.
I hope, because it was really pointless calling him for one race. Like, this doesn't really. Bro, you got to get him ready for outdoors. You got, you got some work to do.
Yeah.
You got some work to do. Okay, but you're okay. Like your finger's okay. You can ride. If you can get through the emotions
and stuff, yeah. No, if I can get through that, then I'll be fine.
You can make the main. You get through the emotions.
I don't know, like all these guys, like, I mean, I know that the field is weak right now, but these guys have been riding. I haven't been. So, I mean, we'll just have to see tomorrow, you know? I would love to, so yeah, it'd be great.
Are you going to enjoy the ride?
Yes.
He's going to enjoy the ride.
I'm definitely going to enjoy the ride.
And when the racing's over, you got something lined up. You're going to be okay?
Yes.
All right, you're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
Cool. Maybe we'll still see you around.
Oh, yeah.
All right, see you, Davey. See you, Alex Ray. Just wants to come back, get that last Supercross in. That's it for our show on our preview for the finale. Don't forget, it's not over. We'll have outdoors starting in 2 weeks. Big talk today about Jett moving up to the 450. That'll be very interesting. And one rider who no one is talking about, Dylan Ferrandis, will be back. Let's just be honest about this. Think about it. It is possible. We are living in a world where as much hype as there is for everybody else outdoors, Dylan Ferrandis could be the best guy of all. He could win the title. So do not sleep on that. Obviously, if you're a Yamaha guy and you're a Tomac fan, you're just crushed over what happened last week. But do not forget Dylan Ferrandis making his return. That should be interesting. Thanks to Honda for the backing. I don't need to say much. I'll just let the Supercross championships do the talking for them. But just class act, Lars Lindstrom, everyone at Honda to tamp down the celebration until they actually win it. And big credit to Chase Sexton. Some of the really interesting things that he said today about his humble roots. He admitted that he got beat by Austin Forkner all the time as a kid. He didn't ride in the winter. He wouldn't change that for anything now. Growing up in the Midwest, it kept him humble. It kept him fresh because he couldn't ride when most people were riding, especially the Californians in the wintertime. And he thinks that's made him better now. I asked him about having to take on really big names, like you have to go through Eli Tomac to try to win these titles, and he did say that was a big obstacle. He said guys like Eli and Ken Roxon, who he had looked up to have to race them and beat them, he said that was certainly a challenge. He felt it really wasn't until the Nationals last year to go toe-to-toe with Tomac. He didn't win the title, but obviously he pushed him pretty darn far. He said that was really the breakthrough he needed to get to that level, and that really helped. He still wasn't sure it was going to happen in Supercross. Then you got to credit Sexton for the bad moments this year with the crashes. And someone asked him today in the presser, they said, do you look back at any certain moment as being bigger than others to win this title? And he had said something I hadn't thought of. He said the big moment for him actually was those races where he did crash, where he did throw away the lead. He at least got up and scored some points. He was still salvaging fourths and fifths in those races. And now he looks back and says, maybe that makes the difference. He technically is the points leader right now. That's not going to happen if he takes a DNF when he has a big crash, for example, at Indianapolis, and I think he's still ground out like an 11th place finish. If he had crashed out of a bunch of those races, this maybe still doesn't happen. So good perspective from Chase there. And I asked, he has his relationship with Honda and ending that 18-year run, or almost 20-year run actually, of not winning titles. And he said at the end of 2020, when he won a championship here for the second time in the 250s, and he was getting ready to go race 450 for outdoors starting in 2020, he told Brandon Wilson at Honda, who's the head of the racing division, he said, I am going to get you guys a 450 title before I'm out of here. And it's looking like he's going to pull that off. But we got to wait until tomorrow night, I guess, to know for sure. So classy to not put the cart in front of the horse or count the chickens before they hatch or anything else. But great stuff all around at our press conference today. I'm really just impressed at the new stars of our sport, Sexton and the Lawrence brothers, so well-spoken, saying and doing all the right things. And I don't think there's anyone who could watch these things right now and say that we don't have a fine group of young men representing this pretty radical, wild sport. But these guys look like intelligent, smart, professional people that are putting the sport on their shoulders. So shout out to them for making us all look good.